welcome to A Balanced Life with Fit Nikki. My name is Nikki. Today we're going to go through a yoga flow that has some body weight movements built into it, building a little bit of strength and a little bit of power in your flow. Feel free to take modifications, take a breath, grab a drink, take a rest whenever you need it, listen to your body, do what you need to do. We are going to get started today in a nice seat. So you can be sitting with legs crossed, you can have your legs long, it's whatever feels good to you here. You can soften your gaze or close your eyes. We're just going to take about 5 rounds of breath here to really center inward and to let go of the outside world a little bit. As you inhale, notice how that breath feels filling your throat, down through your lungs, expanding your belly and your low back. And as you exhale, start to let go of anything that you feel yourself holding on to, any tension in your body, any stress, any thoughts that you don't need. Just let it go. Three more rounds of breath, just like that, breathing in nice and deep. Exhale, letting go. Starting to really focus in on your breath. Focus in on your body. Feel free to keep your eyes closed or gaze soft. And on your next inhale, reach up to the sky. Exhale, turn to the right. Let your hands float down wherever it's comfortable. Inhale, reach back up to the sky. Come back to center. Exhale, twist it to the left. Hands float down. 2 more each side. Inhale to reach. Exhale to twist. Inhale up. Exhale, twist it over to the left. One more time each side with your breath. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale, let your hands float down. We're going to come into tabletop, so you can roll forward or you can swing your legs around however you want to get there. And take a moment to set up here. Wrists come under your shoulders, knees are under your hips. Your spine is long. Your gaze is down past your fingertips. Press down into your knuckles. Press down into the tops of your feet and your knees. And on your next inhale, let your belly drop and your head and hips rise up. Exhale to press down into your mat. Arch your back up to the floor. So we're going to take 4 more rounds of breath in this cat-cow, really warming up the back and the core. Maybe taking some extra moves if you like to sit your hips back, or if you like to sway them side to side, or whatever you like here. Take 1 more round of breath. And then on your next inhale, we'll all meet in our tabletop position and take a full breath here to reset. Root down into your left hand and your right leg. Reach your right arm and left leg out, toe can be down or lifted. And as you exhale, come back into that tabletop position. Weight to right hand and left leg. Left arm, right leg, reach out. And back into tabletop. 2 more each side just like that. Inhale to lengthen everything out. Exhale back to tabletop. Inhale to reach. Exhale to tabletop. 1 more time each side. Just imagine lengthening a little bit more. And And then coming down and centering down, rooting down. Inhale to reach. Exhale back to tabletop. And then bring your toes together. Knees can be close or wide. And sit your hips back. One breath in child's pose. Rise back up into your tabletop. Tuck your toes. Press your hips up and back for down dog. So you can keep a nice bend to your knees here if it's a little tight on your hamstrings or low back. Maybe pedal it out. Maybe lift up and bend your knees and then rise back up and down. Anything that feels good here. We're going to take about 3 rounds of breath. And as you're getting some movement into your dog, think of rooting down into your knuckles. Relax your neck and your jaw. Take one more big deep breath here in through your nose and let it all out. Bring some stillness to your dog. Take a full breath here. Think of bringing your chest a little closer to your thighs. Relax your head and your neck. As you inhale, look up towards the top of your mat. Exhale, step your feet forward. Take them a little bit wider than your hips. Grab elbows or let your hands hang heavy here. 3 breaths. You can sway side to side. Nod your head yes or no. Again, try to bring your chest a little closer to your thighs. Maybe having your knees bent a little bit. Maybe you can glance back through your legs. If you have your elbows, go ahead and release them. Roll up nice and slow. Stack your vertebrae one on top of the other. And let your head come up last. Give your shoulders a few shrug back here. Open everything up. We're going to step to the back of the mat. Bringing your heels under your hips. You want your tailbone to be in line with your spine a bit. So pull those abs in. Shrug your shoulders back. Take a big breath in through your nose. Fill your belly. Exhale, let it out. Inhale to reach up to the sky. Exhale, soften your knees and fold forward. Halfway lift. Fingers can come to your shins or your thighs. Lengthen through the crown of the head and fold forward. 2 more like that. Nice long spine. Really reach. And fold. And one more time. Nice long spine. And fold. Inhale to rise up. Reach for the sky. Exhale, fold forward. Halfway lift to that nice flat back. And fold. Walk your hands forward, coming into a plank. So that can be toes or knees. And then walk your hands back to your feet. Press through your feet to rise up. Exhale to fold forward. Halfway lift, nice flat back. And fold. Walk your hands forward, coming into your plank. Walk your hands back to your feet. And rise up. Exhale to fold. Halfway lift, nice flat back. And fold. Walk it out to your plank. Toes or knees, feel free to add a push-up here. Walk back to your feet. And rise up. And add a little more movement. Exhale to fold it forward. Halfway lift. And fold. Walk it out to your plank, toes or knees. Take a push-up if you'd like. And then press back to down dog. Shift forward into your plank again. Take a push-up if you'd like. And then lower down. Untuck your toes, shrug your shoulders back, Lift just your heart, pressing into your thighs and tops of your feet. Lower, tuck your toes, press back to down dog. Right leg lifts to the sky. Bring your knee into your nose, curl your back. Inhale to lengthen it out. Exhale, knee to nose, then step your foot forward, rising into a lunge. So take a moment to get set up in your lunge. We're going to be here quite a bit today. Pull back on the right hip. Knee is relaxed. Shoulders are nice and relaxed. Good. Inhale to lengthen up through the spine. Exhale, you're going to bend the left knee, bend your elbows, cactus arms, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Inhale to rise up. Let's take 3 more here. And lengthen. 2 more just like that. And lengthen. Good. 1 more here. Nice little pulse. And lengthen. And you're going to turn in the left heel. Open up to the left side. Arms reach up. Knees are bent. Bend your knees and bend your elbows. Squeeze those shoulder blades. And rise up. Good. Nice little pulsing goddess. Bend elbows and knees. And reach up. Let's take 2 more here. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Bring your elbows more towards the back of your rib cage than the front. And you have 1 more here. And reach it up to the sky. Good. Lift up the right heel. Turn to the left. Arms reach up, coming back into that lunge. And we're going to pulse the lunge here. Bend your back knee. And reach it up. 3 more like that. You got 1 more here. Then fold forward, plant your hands, step back to your plank, toes or knees, option for a push-up. And then lower down, lift your heart, press back to down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet, root down to your feet to rise up. Exhale to fold forward. Half lift, nice flat back, and fold forward. Walk your hands forward, coming into your plank. Option to add a push-up. Press back to down dog. Shift forward into plank. Again, option for a push-up. And then lower down. Shrug your shoulders back, lift your heart. Press back to down dog. Left leg lifts to the sky. Bring your knee to your nose, curling your back. Inhale to lengthen. Everyone say hi to JJ. Bring your knee into your nose. Step forward into your lunge. Rise up. So get set up in this left side. Pull back on the hip. Relax the shoulders. Relax the jaw. Inhale, lengthen up through your spine. Good. And then on your next exhale, bend your right knee, bend your elbows, squeeze the shoulder blades. Inhale to rise. You have 3 more just like that. 3 nice little pulses. You can bring it all the way down. You can keep it right here or any other option you'd like. Good. Turn in the right heel, turn to the right side. Straighten the legs, bend both knees and arms. Squeeze the shoulder blades together and reach up. You've got 3 more here. Maybe take it a little lower each time. Keep the shoulders relaxed, relax your jaw, relax your tongue. Let's take it down 1 more time here. Good. Go ahead, open up the arms. Turn to the right, lift your left heel. Bend both knees. Squeeze the shoulder blades. Lengthen out that left leg. 2 more here. And on your exhale, fold forward, plant your hands, step back to your plank, toes or knees. Option for a push-up. Lower down, lift your heart, press back to down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, take your hands to your heart, sit your hips back, chair pose. Take a pause here. Pull in those lower abs, bring your tailbone in line with your back. Relax your jaw, relax your shoulders. Make sure your knees are in line with your toes. You don't have to come very low here. We're going to do a couple pulses. You're going to inhale, reach for the sky. Exhale, take it back to chair, hands to heart. 2 more, reach it up. And bring it down. 1 more up. And bring it down. And this time, reach it up. Exhale to fold forward. Halfway lift, nice flat back. And fold. Walk your hands out to your plank, toes or knees. Option for a push-up. Press back to down dog. Shift it back into plank, another option for a push-up. And then lower down. Shrug your shoulders back. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale to down dog. Right leg lifts. Bring your knee to your nose 1 time. And reach it up. Then this time bring it in. Step your foot forward. Rise up into your lunge. And we're going to mix it up a bit here. So you're going to bend your back knee. Shift your weight into your right leg. Float your left knee. Rise up, hands to heart. Crane pose. So as you exhale or inhale, bring your foot back to that lunge. Exhale, shift your weight to your right foot and rise up. Good, bring that foot back to lunge. 1 more time. And you can always just lengthen up here if you don't want to take that balance, if it's not working for you today. Come back into your lunge. Turn in the left heel. Open up to the side. Open your arms and put a little curve to your elbows. And you're going to bend your knees. Bring your arms in like you're giving a big hug. Straighten your legs. Open up. Good. So bring it in. Nice big hug. Your hands come about even with your sternum. Open it up. 1 more here. Nice big hug. And open. Straighten out the hands. Turn to the left. Lift the right heel. Hands come up. Shift your weight into the left leg. Float your right knee. And then step back to that lunge. Shift your weight. Float your knee. Or just rise up. 1 more time. Bring it back to your lunge. Shift your weight. Rise up. Come back into your lunge. And then you're going to turn in the right heel. Open up. Arms come into that circle. Good. Give them a nice hug and bring it down. Inhale to straighten and open it up. Take that hug. And open up. 1 more time. Nice big hug. And open up. Straighten out the arms. Turn to the right. Lift the left heel. Fold forward, plant your hands, step back to your plank. Option for a push-up. Lower it down. Lift your heart. Press back to down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Root down to your feet to rise up. Hands to heart. Take it back to chair. 1 time you're going to reach up. Exhale to fold. And lift halfway, nice flat back. And fold. Walk your hands out to your plank. Option for a push-up. Press back to down dog. Bring it forward again. Option for a push-up. And then lower down. Shrug your shoulders back, lift your heart. Press back to down dog. Left leg lifts to the sky. Bend your knee, bring your knee into your nose. Inhale to lengthen it out. Exhale, bring that leg forward. Rise up into your lunge. Good, same thing. You can change that knee lift to a kick. So you're going to shift your weight forward, lift the knee, maybe straighten it out, kick it forward, and then bring it back. 2 more like that. Inhale, lift, maybe add a kick, and bring it back. 1 more here. Take it back to that lunge. Open up. And this time, we're going to work our calves a little bit here. So you're going to reach up to the sky, lace your fingers, bend your elbows, bend your knees, straighten up, and lift your heels. Good. Keep your heels lifted or lower them. Bend your knees, bend your elbows, and reach. 1 more time. Bend the knees and the elbows, and reach. Lower your heels if they're lifted. Open your arms. Lift up your left heel. Turn to the right. And you're going to float your knee, maybe add a kick, and step it back. Good. Come on up, maybe add that kick, and bring it back. 1 more time. Good. And then you're going to open back up. You're going to take the fingers together, bend your knees, bend your elbows, rise up to the balls of your feet, keep the heels lifted or lower them, and bend. 1 more time here. Good. Lower the heels, open up, turn it to the left, lift the right heel. 1 more time. Float that knee, maybe add a kick, and bring it down. 2 more like that. 1 more. Fold forward, plant your hands, step back to your plank. Toes or knees, option for push-up. Lower down. Inhale to lift your heart. Exhale, back to down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Inhale to rise up. Exhale, take it back to chair. Then inhale to reach for the sky. Exhale to fold forward. Walk your hands forward. And you're going to shift, we're going to come into side plank. So shift your weight into your left hand, outside of your left foot. So you can be here. You can bring your left knee down. You can also bring your left elbow down. You can hold here. You can add some little hip drops. Maybe 1 more. Good, then come back into your plank. Press back to down dog. Shift it forward. Shift your weight into your right hand outside of your right foot. Find your side plank on this side. Take a couple breaths. 1 more breath here. Come back into your plank. Press back to down dog. Walk your hands back to your feet. Press through your feet to rise up. Exhale, sit back to chair. Then inhale to rise up. Exhale to fold forward. Lift halfway. Lengthen up through the spine. And fold. Walk your hands forward into plank. This time we're going to do, I call them Superman or Superwoman planks, or push-ups. So toes or knees, and you're going to lower all the way down to your belly, untuck your toes, reach your arms forward and lift up. Come down, bring your hands just past your shoulders, press up to toes or knees, and then lower down, reach it out and lift. Bring your hands back under, press up to toes or knees. We're going to do 3 more here. all the way down to your belly and reach. Lift up, bring it back under, back to plank. And bring it down, reach it out, lift up, and lower. Bring your hands in, tuck your toes. Let's go one more time. All the way down to your belly and reach. Lift it up, bring it in, come back to that plank. Good, lower your knees, press your hips back to your heels. Take child's pose for 2 breaths. One more breath here. And come back into your plank. So this time you're going to either be on your elbows or your hands. And we're going to do some little knee dips. So you can be right here. Nice long spine, gaze is down towards your mat so your neck is long. Or you can bring your elbows underneath your shoulders. You're going to bend your knees. You're not just going to bend them down towards the ground. You're going to bend them and pull them towards your chest a little. So come up to the tips of your toes and then straighten the legs out. Bend the knees, pull them in, and straighten them out. Good, bring them in, and straighten them out. And bring them in, and straighten them out. You've got 6 more here. Bring the knees in, straighten them out, and in, and out. You've got 4 more left. In, and out. Last 3. In, and out. 2 more here. Bring them in, and out. And 1 more, bring them in, and out. Lower your knees, press back to your child's pose. Take 2 breaths here. 1 more breath. Good, rise up into your tabletop. Spine is long. Root down, so we're going to do a little bit like our warm-up. You're going to reach your right arm and left leg out. Bring your knee into your elbow, curl your back. Inhale to lengthen it out. This time you're going to bend your knee and your elbow out to the side. Inhale to lengthen it out. Come back to tabletop, switch sides. Left arm, right leg. Knee to elbow, curling your back. Inhale to lengthen. Bend the elbow and the knee out to the side. Inhale to lengthen and bring it back in. 1 more time, in each side. Reach out, knee to elbow. Inhale to lengthen. Bend the elbow and the knee out. Reach it out and bring it back. 1 more time. Reach, knee to elbow. Inhale to reach. Bring them out to the side. Inhale to reach. Back into tabletop. Swing your legs around. Come to a seated position. We're going to do a little bit of core work, a little bit of ab work before we cool it down and stretch it out. So hips are about midway on your mat. Go ahead and lower down. You're going to take your arms long and come into a little X shape with your body. You have 2 options here. So you can take your right arm to left leg and lower and then switch. Or you can bring arms and legs up at the same time and bring it down. We're going to go a full minute, whichever one you choose. And the clock starts in 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Exhale to come up. Inhale to lower. If you really want to challenge yourself, try to hover as you come down, not quite lowering all the way. You guys are doing awesome. You're halfway there. Keep breathing. Go at your own pace. There's no race here. Just nice deep breaths. Doing awesome. I need 20 more seconds here. Then we'll cool it down and stretch it out of it. You're almost there. You have 10 seconds left. Just a couple more here. Last 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Lower down. Bring your knees in towards your belly, but keep your lower back still on the mat. Maybe rock side to side or draw some little circles with your knees. Give them a nice little hug again. You're going to rock and roll long on your spine a few times from your tailbone to the edge of your shoulders. Maybe the third or fourth time coming up to seated. And then swing your legs around, come back into tabletop. Take your right leg back behind you. Bring it to the outside of your right hand. Maybe tuck your back toe. Scoot your knee back so you can grab blocks if you like and put them under your hands here for some support. You can come down to your elbows. You can lift your back leg. You just want to make sure your knee and your toes are in line with each other. We're going to take 3 rounds of breath here. 2 more breaths. Start to slow everything down. Focus in on your breath again. And then we're going to come up to kneeling. And you're going to take your right hand or your left hand light to your right thigh. And try and reach your right arm back behind you. Maybe let your gaze follow as well. Really push in to this left hip flexor, the front of the left hip. And if you want to stretch it a little bit deeper, you can bend your left knee. Reach back with your right hand, and maybe you can grab your foot or your ankle. You're going to take 1 more breath. If you have your foot, go ahead and release it. Bring your hands back inside of your foot. Step back to tabletop. And let's take the other side. Left leg reaches back. Take that foot outside of your hand. Come into that nice low lunge. Runner's lunge. You can be on your hands or your elbows. You can bring blocks underneath. You can float your back knee if you'd like. Let your gaze focus just past your fingers again so you can have a long spine from the tailbone all the way through the crown of the head. So a lot of times we look up and then that causes our neck to be at a different angle. So we want to keep everything nice and straight. And then we're going to come up into that low lunge again. And take the right hand light to the left thigh. Maybe reach the left arm back. Maybe your gaze follows. And again, maybe you can grab your foot or your ankle. But you want to really press into the right hip flexor, the front of that right leg. Gently come back to center. Plant your hands, step back to tabletop. And then you're going to swing your legs all the way around in front of you, coming into a nice seat. Find your sit bones. Feet are flexed. You can soften your knees as much as you need here. Reach up for the sky and gently fold forward. Keep your spine long. And let your hands come down maybe to blocks or your legs or the ground. So a lot of times here, we'll start to curve the back, letting it collapse in, but we want to keep the spine long. So try and keep that nice long line here. And breathe nice and deep. Maybe on your exhale, you can walk the hands forward a little bit more. Keep your gaze on your big toes. And then on your next inhale, rise up. Good. Make sure you're midway on your mat again. And if you have a block or a bolster, a blanket, or anything you can roll up to cushion yourself a little bit, you can set that by your side. Bend your knees, plant your feet, roll down onto your back. Bring your right ankle in front of your left thigh. Keep your foot flexed and your knee and hip are open. And bring your legs into your chest. So you want to keep your shoulders relaxed on the mat. If you can grab your thigh or your shin, that's great. But make sure you're not all the way up here. Keep the shoulders relaxed, the chest open. Flex both feet and actively use your left leg to push your right leg towards your chest a little bit more. Take one more breath here. And let your left foot come down to the mat, and let's switch sides. Right foot comes down, left ankle comes in front of your thigh. Flex your feet, bring your legs in towards your chest, keeping both feet flexed, actively using that right leg to push your left leg towards your chest a little bit more. Relax your shoulders, relax your throat, relax your jaw. One more breath here. And gently let your right foot come down to the ground. Good. Take your feet about mat distance apart, knees are bent, arms out to the side. Exhale, let your legs fall over to the right side like windshield wipers. Inhale, come back up to center. Exhale over to the left. Inhale back up to center. 2 more times each side. Take your time here. Nice, gentle, long exhale. Nice, long inhale. Over to the left. Back up to center. One more time each side. And bring it up. Over to the left. And up. Good. Bring your feet back in line with your knees. Grab your block or your pillow or your blanket, whatever you have here. Lift your hips and slide it underneath your lower back, just above your glutes. Lift your shoulders, shrug them back, and settle in. You can stay right here, supported bridge. Your legs can go towards the sky for waterfall, or you can take them long, letting your knees and your toes open up and your hips open up a little bit as well. 4 slow rounds of breath here. Feel free to soften your gaze or close your eyes. Notice how that block feels underneath your low back, gently supporting you. Putting a little bit of pressure on your lower back, maybe helping to release some tension there. Notice how the floor, the mat feels pressing against your upper back, the back of your head, maybe your arms as well. One more breath here. Good. Wherever you're at, bring your feet back to the mat, knees bent. Lift your hips, slide that block out, set it to the side. Find your way into your final resting pose. That may be legs long, arms by your side. Maybe like bound ankle or butterfly. Bottoms of the feet together, knees wide. Or maybe you'd like to sit up and have a seat. Whatever option you'd like, go ahead and find that shape now. We're going to take 3 rounds of breath for a nice full body scan. Feel free to close your eyes or soften your gaze here. Just start at the crown of your head and gently let your mind scan through, going all the way down to the tips of your toes and your fingers. Any place that you're still holding on to, any stress, any tension, any negativity, let it go. I know it's very hard to just let go and just be here and be present, especially with so much going on in the world. All these thoughts popping into your head, all these things. But just try to let everything float away like the clouds. It may come into your mind, but let it float right back out. Take a few minutes here to rest, relax, and reset. Stay here as long as you need, taking your time. Thank you for joining me. From my heart to yours, peace, love, and light.